I'm Christine from Pack Hacker. In this video, we're taking a look at the Fjallraven Kanken Hip Pack Plus, which I've been testing for a month. Let's dive in. So the Hip Pack Plus is the 4-liter version of the Kanken Hip Pack, which was 2 liters. So it's just a little bigger all the way around. Actually, it's a lot bigger all the way around, but you get double the capacity. So if you like that style and you wanted more space, maybe this is for you. It has the same Vinylon F material, which I have apparently gotten a little dirty taking it places, but you know, it's nice, soft, it's you know, it's rather durable and sturdy. We have carry handles here, which are webbing, and then they have this little wrap to hold them together. I have to say though, you have to undo it to get into the bag nearly every time, so I always just left it off. But that's that. And then down the front, the carry handle extends and there it makes these sort of loops. So if you did want to connect a few things, you can. I never did, but the option is there. Being a Kanken bag, we have the big Arctic Fox logo, just super cute. I like it. And then also people know you have a genuine Kanken, right? Not a knockoff, so that's great. Then we have Woojin hardware, which for the clips on the straps works really well. This adjustment slide, I have to say, is like the stiffest thing to move. And like if this was on a backpack, it wouldn't bother me because I'd set it, forget it, no big deal. However, with like something that's going to be crossbody or around your waist or maybe over your shoulder, because you have options, you can connect it either here on the back or on the side to have the strap come over. Like it's really challenging for me to adjust, and then it makes me not want to ever adjust it, which is very difficult when it is wintertime and I either got to put it over a puffy coat, or then the way I wanted to wear it this weekend was just over my shirt. And so it's a lot, and I wish it was easier to use. However, what are easy to use are the YKK zippers. They go really well, just as we always think they should and expect them to be. So I sort of already touched on this a little bit, but now that we're back on the harness system, the strap itself, the webbing strap, is comfortable as you'd think webbing would be. You know, for most of the time of what I had in here, it's completely comfortable. Also, like I said, it's January and I'm wearing a coat, so there's that. However, I do feel it definitely more on my shoulder if when I just have just one shirt on as opposed to 2 sweaters like I do now. And so if you're going to be using it with a tank top or something like that, you may actually want to put it around your waist, you know, muffin top look aside. But however you want to connect it, there is some back panel padding here to somewhat blunt the feeling of what you are carrying. So that's kind of nice. And then these G hooks with gatekeeper clips are pretty easy to move from one to the other. You just sort of, you squeeze it. You know, I say it's easy. There we go. You move that down, you squeeze it, and they pop out, and then you can move them from one to the other however you like. Like the rest of the Kanken line, Kanken, it's probably Kanken, and I've been saying it wrong this whole video, so sorry about that. It's a casual bag. You know, you're not going to wear this with a pretty dress. You're not going to wear this into a formal office. However, it is good for travel, or like, you know, I took it to museums and the zoo and sporting events. It's really great for that because then you just have everything like really close at hand. It is really bulky because you can sort of see how much, and it's hard to pack it out quite enough but to show you, but it is really bulky. I did find it nicer. It came with the straps off the side here, so it would go up, And then doing that crossbody, I didn't love that so much. If you were just doing it over one shoulder, it'd be fine. But if you're doing it crossbody, I like this because then it lays a little nicer. Also, if you're gonna do it around your waist, I didn't because it's so big. But again, you want them to come off the back like that. So even though this is just a hip pack, because it is 4 liters, it's really nice that they have 2 compartments. So let's look at the secondary compartment. Like I said, you're gonna wanna undo this little wrap here, and it just stays put on the back handle. And as I did mention, I just left these open all the time because it was just easier. Then you could actually get into things without fighting them. And it holds them together, but it doesn't really do a whole lot. Personally, I think I would have just preferred having one handle, but this is the whole Kanken thing. I get it. Kanken, man, I'm saying this wrong. I have Kanken on the brain, right? So this front compartment, though, it has a little fabric welt, again, just like the rest of them, to sort of protect it from the elements. It does occasionally get in the way when you want to zip and unzip, but I got used to it quickly. Mostly it was, you can sort of see over here, it's like the zipper pulls would end up hiding behind it, and that was what created the issue more than anything. Inside, however, we have 2 zippered pockets. However, they share the same zipper. So here is where I kept my wallet, because then, you only had to unzip a little bit, but then when I wanted my lipstick or chapstick, you gotta zip it all the way open in order to get what you have in the second one. So a lot of times, frankly, I just leave it open. It's nice to be able to close it if you need to, and I do get not wanting to have 2 separate zippers, be more jangly, whatever, but at the same time, always remembering, I always seem to want what I put in the one that was furthest away, even though I thought that would be the stuff I wouldn't access the most, which is why I put it there. But anyways, that's a me problem. But so it got a little tedious unzipping all the way. This is very, very minor issues. Anywho, you do have more space in front of here too, to just slide things. But I did find myself using the main compartment more just because it was easier to access, other than this fabric welt and the fact that the zipper sometimes hid or had issues going around underneath it. So if you are finding this video helpful, go ahead, take a moment, click like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you content like this to help you travel smarter. Now, the main compartment, which is what I use primarily and which has most of the space, just opens nicely right across the top, easy peasy, double zippers again, so you can grab them from anywhere. Most of the time I kept them at the top, so it was just really super easy to grab like that. But you can keep them wherever you like. It's kind of nice. Very minimal organization in here. We've got a giant slip pocket and that's it. So, I've got my phone back there now. Sometimes, a lot of times I didn't even use the divider, frankly. I just sort of tossed everything in there willy-nilly because it's such an open space anyways, but I wanted to show you. There is the divider here. I also wanted to show you this sling is big enough for a Nintendo Switch. So if you are the type of person who wants to carry a gaming device or a Kindle or a small tablet of some sort, you got space in here. And like I said, there's a little bit of padding on the back panel there, so you can feel like it's reasonably tiny bit protected. And then, if you're bored and waiting and you don't want to watch TikTok, you can play on your game system instead. Also, so I've also got a collapsible water bottle here. I've got my sunglasses. But I mean, if you had a packable jacket, you can fit that in here. I did fit over-ear headphones in their case in here, but you would have had to take out the Nintendo Switch. So you have a lot of space in there. Just realize that if you do, this is going to get heavier. There's no padding on it, as I mentioned. I did forget to point out that there is a built-in strap keeper, so yay that. But it can get heavy, and if you don't have the cush of a winter coat to blunt it, it might start digging in somewhat. So you'll just want to play around with what it is you fit in here. But if you really like the Kanken style, I can talk. If you really like the Kanken style and you like a hip pack, but you want to carry less than a day pack, but more than a tiny sling, this might be a great option for you. Definitely a great option for a personal item bag, although I will point out that you're probably not going to be able to sneak it under a coat the way you could a smaller sling, so it probably will count as your personal item. However, if you're like a minimalist personal item person, this definitely is going to carry everything you need, and it is really good for exploring new places, for, you know, walking around the museum and stuff, like to have everything there in front of you is very convenient, and you know, it is good. And then you could even tuck a small water bottle in here if you didn't have a collapsible one. It's a good option if you want to carry 4 liters worth of stuff. So there you have it, the Fjallraven Kanken Hip Pack Plus. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.